Well, the Goldarin galaxy spans millions of light years, and frankly, I was satisfied just being on Earth, but a few plucky little upstarts decided that their fate was in the stars, so it was a long time ago when they decided to go up, and they found a lot. Aliens, planets, fully developed societies and civilizations. I mean, once we knew there was more out there, what was stopping us from joining in on the fun? It took hundreds of years to get to the point where Earth seemed like a viable contender on the galactic front, and while it was hard work, it made it worth it. The Galactic High Council welcomed Earth in and aided them in their efforts, but of course then, as Earthlings do, we decided we didn't have enough power. Soon enough squabbles broke out all over. The elves attack Earth, the humans invade Nora, the gnomes just kind of keep to themselves. We don't really know about them, but eventually the squabbles led to all-out war. The council proclaimed Earth an enemy, and then lines were drawn. The war was ugly. Deaths were countless on both sides. Earth and their allies began calling themselves the denizens of peace, and while calling the council the oppression. I wish I could say that there was a clear end, but frankly, it was a messy draw with no clear winner. A stalemate, some people will say. But well, that's how we got here. Drafts of documents were drawn and edited and redrawn and re-edited, and eventually we settled on what we have today. So I guess this is a welcome to you. The Gordalan galaxy is vast and wide, and we, the members of the Union, invite you to join our system today. Signed, Charles Lemarcier, head of captaining at S.T.A.R Academy. It's an anxious day when new people show up at S.T.A.R Academy. The energy on the base is full of just, it's chaotic, it's hectic. There's new people coming, and every year seems like something new is going to happen. But the most important thing is that the ships arrive on time. They're predestined to arrive at certain times, and this year, the first ship to arrive is the ship from Anora. Blue and Rust are sitting on the ship. It's a little, it's like a 6-seater ship, and it's just you two and the ambassador. Why don't you guys tell us, where do you guys wind up kind of sitting?
So I would say that Rust isn't necessarily sitting. He is always kind of just basically in a mindset that there could always be danger to Blue. So he's always just kind of standing up and just vigilant, keeping his eyes literally going everywhere.
Yeah. So Blue is seated next to the ambassador from Anura. At some point during the journey, the ambassador, Blue didn't know what it was, but the ambassador picked up on Blue's nervousness and their apprehension. Maybe it was that their gills were just puffed out a little bit, almost imperceptibly, but whatever it was, the ambassador came over next to Blue and just took their hand, and they probably stay holding hands for the rest of the flight.
As the ambassador is sitting, you guys are about 2 hours out now, and Anora is about, in the grand scheme of things, it's about 6 hours away from the station, flying at a safe speed and avoiding everything. But you guys are about 2 hours out, and the ambassador, for the first time, she's been holding your hand for a while, but she finally decides that it's time to speak, and as Anorans do, you don't hear any words come out of her mouth, but you hear them in your head as she just simply says, "You're going to do great, Blue. You realize this."
There's like a feeling of like cautious excitement as Blue kind of squeezes the ambassador's hand, and like acknowledges the message, but is lets her know that they're, you know, just as excited as they are nervous.
She squeezes your hand in return, and then looks to Rust and actually speaks out loud. As the ambassador is actually one of the few people that just openly speaks the common language. Actually, the ambassador looks over at Rust and says, "AU-982?
Yes.
You seem on edge."
No, I'm just making sure that, our friend Blue is safe. You never know. There could be a stowaway. There could be someone out in the vast openness. You never know. Isn't that right, Blue?
Blue doesn't respond directly, but into the ambassador's head flash images of Anna Nuren caring for a clutch of eggs and watching each little baby as it hatches, and like clearly Blue is like, being kind of like, okay, mom. And then, but Blue just kind of nods to Rust.
See, she understands. Well, they understand. I'm still learning. My memory processor is a little wacky.
The ambassador kind of chuckles at the images being flashed in her head and says, "AU-982, I assure you there is no reason to be distraught in this current state. We're doing more than fine. There's no stowaways. We've inspected the ship. And once you guys land, there are plenty of guards on the station to make sure that everyone will be safe."
Blue, are you comfortable with this? I can sit.
Blue nods and like pats the seat next to them.
Russ sits down with his arms crossed, still scanning everything around him.
And as we see this scene of Rust finally sitting down, the camera pans out, and we flash forward just a little bit of time later, when a ship seems to be flying much too fast, almost like it's running a little bit late, and we hear through this ship's AI, "Master Wind, I must warn you that this is not the optimal speed for this ship."
Yeah, I know. But we got to get there. We're almost there. It's fine.
"Master Wind, I must warn you. You should slow down as to not risk..."
No, shut up. It's okay. How far away are we?
"At the current speed, we are approximately an hour and a half away. At the speed you should be going, we are about 3 hours away."
Okay, well, we're just gonna be going the super fast speed. Okay, then just don't even. Yeah, don't. It's fine.
"Master Wind, this is not the optimal speed that is supposed to be going for this ship to arrive on time."
Okay, is there a mute button on this thing? What the fuck? There we go.
As you are like looking around, scrambling, trying to find the mute button for the ship's AI, I need you to actually make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
The first roll of the game!
Yes.
First blood.
Am I proficient in this?
You are proficient in this.
Okay.
Because this is having to do with flying a ship you've flown several times.
Woo! Okay. Oh my god, here we go. First roll. It fell off the table. First roll. Okay. That is a 10 plus 7. So that is a 17.
Jesus fuck.
As you are speeding through, you realize that right in front of you is a ship, and you instinctively push the nose down and swoop underneath, and it is like this beautiful roll. It looks like you almost planned it. It is so skillfully done. And you notice
Ooh,
this.
holy shit! Did you see that? I might shit myself.
Master Wind.
Yeah. Okay. I'll slow down.
Thank you. As you look, the ship that you just passed is still wobbling just a little bit from like the from just the force of something go underneath it so fast. And as you finally say, "I'll slow down just a little bit," we zoom out and we zoom back in. We zoom in on a ship that has just a few people in it, specifically 3 people. It has a pilot, an ambassador, and a and its a student. Um, it's a relatively small ship because it has relatively small people inside. The pilot is this older gentleman that has these like this really sick mustache, guys. Like, I can't emphasize how cool this mustache is, and just everything looks really good so far. And the ambassador is this younger person that is sitting around, and the third person as this ambassador kind of like looks at you and kind of it's been silent this ride, I'm pretty sure.
Young man, what was your name again?
Oh, right. See, my name is Philip.
Oh, Philip. Oh, my name is Molly. How are you doing?
I'm extremely nervous. This is my first time going to Unionary Parliament. I don't know what's going on.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm quite nervous too. It's been a couple 100 years since I've been to school.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I didn't realize they were taking older people at the school, but
Well, okay. I wouldn't call myself that old. Excuse you.
But you, I mean, you did say it's been several 100 years, and I mean, like, I'm only 130, so it's not, well, okay, I'm not supposed to ask how old people are, I know that, so we won't do that, but why would, or, if you're gonna be going to school again, wait, I don't, and he just kind of, like, passes out a little bit, it's after just, like, hyperventilating, and just, and he's
dear,
just out.
Are you okay? Let me get a wet cloth for you.
Make a slight perception check.
Okay. Great, I have a -1. I got a 9.
A 9? You don't really notice anything as just this. You feel just this rock of the ship as something just flies underneath you at just lightning speeds.
Well, I guess she's gonna brace herself and try to put an arm around Philip. Like, do the mom thing.
You mom arm Philip as like and just brace yourself as the ship rocks a little bit. The pilot of the ship says, "Oh, this is why kids shouldn't be driving on the highways. This is not safe. This is not safe. Intergalactic highways are not safe for the children to be driving." Jeez. He steadies the ship and keeps going as if nothing's wrong.
Did you get a look at that ship? Was there
Yeah,
a ship that passed us?
yeah, a ship passed us. It almost hit us. Almost hit us from behind. And it kind of looked like... Wind, describe what the ship looks like.
Wind didn't want to take his special ship, so he just borrowed one of the monastery ships. So it is reminiscent of an R-Wing from Star Fox. So it's kind of like a V-shaped spaceship with a lot of kind of some spikes pointing backwards and 4 points, and it has a golden stripe down the middle and like covering where the cockpit is, and then the rest is gunmetal gray.
The pilot kind of calls back that description of the ship, talking about, it's it's this weird, pointy, angular-looking ship. There was silvers and grays, and there was a gold stripe. That's pretty much all I saw. I don't really. Oh goodness gracious! But the kids shouldn't be driving, you know.
I agree. Did it look like they were headed in the same direction?
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, you can only guess so much based off of this, but I would say they're looking like they're going to the academy too. Yeah.
Interesting. Might have a little chat with that person.
And we zoom out from that ship, and we see the person that is scheduled to come in after the gnomes. We see a slightly bigger ship. It is decked out. It looks like it's got like guns ablazing, ready to get in a fight. It is ready to go. It's a little bit of a bigger ship. It's a 6-seater similar to the Anorans, but while the Anorans ship was like a little more compact and a little more just like ready to go, ready to fly stealthily, this one is not meant for stealth. It is made for big bombastic missions. And the pilot is sitting in the cockpit, and he calls back and says, to the ambassador and the 2 students back there, we should be arriving in about 2 hours. 2 hours. And the ambassador looks up to the cockpit and says, it's absolutely groovy. That's perfect, right? Hey, you, elfin one. What's your bag? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Gotta know how to represent you in Congress and stuff.
You can just call me Anna. That works. Elfin one's a little bit of a mouthful. If you want to just call me Anna, that works.
Absolutely marvelous, Anna. What about you? What's your name? You're human too, so that's
Me. And I sort of look over. I've been looking out the window, just watching this, the scenery. And I sort of look around, and I've got a bit of a disdain on my face as I've been taken away from my own meditation. Just, Rose, shouldn't you know this already?
Well, I should know, but that doesn't mean that I actually looked at your files. All work, no play just makes me a boring person, but all play, no work makes me fun.
I'm trying to roleplay here as angry, but this is too funny. Anyway.
What's your name, friend?
My name? You see, my name is actually Austin.
Oh.
I will.
Austin Flowers, if you will, but...
That's cool.
I will hurt. I will not hurt you. I will just hurt, and then I will feel physical pain.
Okay, Rose just slowly turns away and goes back to, just staring out the window.
There's only so much you can look at the stars, most of them look pretty much the same.
She sort of freezes, her body stiffens at these words, and with an exhale, she just tries to continue to ignore Austin Flowers.
Well, I mean, sure, it's the same thing, but it's sort of like, when you're driving a car on Earth, you don't get tired of looking at the trees. It's calming,
If I'm driving a car on Earth, I'm too busy watching a movie. My car on Earth has DVD player.
I don't think that's a safe option, and you probably shouldn't admit to that in front of us.
I'm a politician. I can't get in trouble. Don't you know the rules?
Yeah, that is true, but that's still kind of garbage of you to do those things.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, never said I was a good person. And he just kind of sits there awkwardly and says, "Got Mad Libs if anybody wants to play Mad Libs." No takers. Okay. And it just zooms out a little bit, and we swirl around seeing the stars. And we see the last ship to arrive. It's a very small sleek ship, very very run down. It looks like it's a ship that was built to be on a budget, and as we zoom in, we just see two people in the ship. It is the ambassador and the potential student. From the planet of Boone, we zoom in and we see on the ship. Surprisingly, the ambassador is absolutely dressed to the nines. He has this silver and blue robe draped over his shoulders, and he looks. In my head, he kind of looks like like King Roan from Legend of Zelda. If you guys get that reference, similar to him in build, kind of like these like big, broad-shouldered guy, and he is piloting the ship, and he looks over to the passenger seat where the student is and says, "Oh, Jin, are you excited?"
I don't know.
How do you not know if you're excited?
I've never left Boone. I don't even know what's out here, let alone what to expect.
Well, there will be a lot to learn, but you're a smart girl.
Thanks.
And he continues to kind of look on in silence, and he says, "Well, we're actually getting pretty close. You might be able to see it in the distance. Do you look?"
I do. Do I see it?
You sure enough, you see it. It is far off in the distance, but breaking up the background of black with specks of white light and planets around you, you see this line of silver in the distance, with light emanating from it. Ambassador Monsum reaches up onto the dashboard, and there's this little button which has like a magnifying glass on it. He says it's labeled to make it easier for me, and he punches it, and this screen pops up from the dashboard in front of you, and it's zooming in to show you the fullness of the Unionary Station. You see very obviously two distinct buildings. One of them looks like it's almost built like a football stadium, and the fact that it's like these high walls and it's caved in the middle, but you see this like geodesic dome going over the top, and it he says, so the one that looks like it's got the giant dome on top, because it does, that's the Unionary Parliament building. That's where I'll be going after I drop you off. Over to the right of that, and as he points over to the right, you see it for the first time in your life. You see S.T.A.R Academy in its full like glory. You see a giant tower in the middle, that kind of like arcs up the top, similar to like the Seattle Space Needle looking type thing, but it's got like 6 rings on the top that are kind of spinning around one another. And you look inside and you see windows all over it, and you can tell that that's definitely like a building that is being used. You see a few other smaller buildings kind of around. You see a field that is built and constructed with like different targets and different things like that. You see a building that has infirmary written across the top, and it looks like it is like polished, gorgeous looking, like silver everything. Very much think like reflective to the point where it's almost like the latest Star Trek movies, where it's almost like annoyingly reflective at times.
Lens flare.
Yeah, just like that. And as all of you get to where you're about 15 minutes away, or if you're wind, probably 7.5 minutes away, you see this in its full glory. You see that there are docking stations for all of you guys to land that are about halfway between where the ambassadors will go and where you guys will go. Jin, Ambassador Monsem looks over as he gets to where he's now receiving radio calls saying, like, report to docking station 4. He reaches over and he puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "You ready?"
Yeah. I think so.
And he pulls into the docking station, and he lands. As you guys reach the same point, Rose and Anna, Ambassador Austin Flowers looks and says, "Well, you guys are about to start school. You need anything?"
Like what? Like, are you offering us school supplies or something? Or
Well, if you want to be cool like the cool kids, you might want some, and he, like, taps his nose a little bit.
hold on. Are you trying to sell us drugs before we're about to start our first day of school?
I mean, being an ambassador pays, but it doesn't pay that much, baby.
All right, I'm gonna stop talking to you for the rest of the trip. I think.
What about you, Rose?
She
Don't interact with
turns
him.
again from the window, and just answers with a stare and a slight eyebrow raise, and then again turns away back to the window,
Right, I
making
guess
it as
I'll keep
awkward for
it.
him as possible.
I guess I'll keep it to myself. That's fine. It's just fine. And you hear from the cockpit, you are assigned to docking station 3. And the pilot kind of steers a little bit to the left. Wind, you hear over your intercom, you hear the AI say, "Sir, you need to slow down to land."
You never seen the speed parkers of old New York?
I've seen a lot of things in my day, sir, but I have never seen a speed parker.
Okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'll slow down.
I
It's
don't
fine.
have any legs to pull. I am
It's-
AI inside of your ship.
Just slow it. Yeah, we're good. Just slow down the docking speed, please.
Slowing down to docking speed. And you hear over the radio, "Come in. You are assigned to docking bay 2. Molly Phillip finally wakes up and says, "Huh. Okay, so I'm okay.
Flipper? Is that your name? Flipper?
That works too. It's Phillip.
Okay.
Flipper's fine."
Oh, Philip. Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. I think we're almost there.
We're almost there.
Yeah, it'll be over soon.
Okay.
So you're the ambassador, right?
Yeah, I'm here to represent our planet of gnomes. We really need to come
Gnome
up
home.
with we're Gnome Home. I'm here to represent Gnome Home and make sure that we have an equal say in the galaxy, because even though we're small, we have an equal voice.
Well, that's a very important job, Philip.
Oh, thanks. I'm just trying. I don't know why I was elected. I didn't even run.
Oh,
I
was there a mistake somehow?
Well, the actual ambassador died, and I'm just kind of the interim one. I was his secretary. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, we'll wing this together, okay?
Okay.
you-
And he just starts crying. Like, he goes from laughing into just crying.
Oh, honey.
And you hear from the cockpit, you were assigned to docking bay number 5. Blue, I want to know because you study like artifacts and like science a lot. What is your reaction to seeing the Unionary station for the first time?
I feel like they take one quick look and kind of take it all in. I feel like there's not much it can tell me from the outside, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just kind of a look like, big shiny space station. Can't wait. They have never really, like, been to space or been off their home planet. So, like, it registers, it registers a good glance, you know? A good, um, it warrants a good look. But I think, you know, Blue just kind of takes it all in and then goes back to like, they've taken like like some pieces of scrap metal and just random things out of their pocket, and who just started kind of like using their little multi-tool and like fiddling with stuff.
I love it. And Rust, as you see, you know that the Unionary Station, you've been here before. It used to be an old war base that they kind of repurposed and rebuilt, redesigned to be what it is now. So you recognize it vaguely. It's changed a lot since then, but I'm curious what your first thought is when you see it.
Honestly, I think it would put me a little bit more on edge just from like my slight memory of like I fought here, so it's probably gonna just kind of make me like be a little bit more protective of Blue, if anything.
Okay.
But in all honesty, I'm just staying vigilant as best as I can.
Yeah. Okay. You hear from the cockpit, just come in. You are assigned to docking bay number 1, and you feel the ship lean to the left just a little bit as it goes to land. As all of your ships land, you feel, or you hear the doors shut behind you, and you feel the cabin kind of depressurize and do all that cool space stuff before the doors to your ships all slide open. And you see a small welcoming party at each of your places, and they all say the same thing. So I'm only going to say this once. Welcome to the Unionary Space Station. Some of you are new students. When you exit the doors behind us, you will go to the right. If you are an ambassador, you will go to the left. Either way, you will have a complimentary dinner as you go. Follow the signs and follow the further welcoming parties, as they will tell you where to go. And all of them, it's all like a mix of races and a mix of species in each of the welcoming parties. Blue and Rust would have to walk the furthest from docking bay 1 to the school. So you guys, as you guys get out, you hear that spiel from the welcoming party. What's you guys' reaction? Like, what's your instinct?
I think I want to take, as we're walking through the station, I want to take in as much as possible, just kind of store it in my mind, just like, I don't know, as much of my surroundings, like the people, the building itself, any kind of like machinery being used, anything like that.
Yeah.
Major landmarks of the building, just, I feel like...
Go ahead and make a perception check as you're kind of looking around.
Oh, well, that is the first
of
the podcast.
Boom, 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 boom.
As you guys, as you are looking around, Blue, it's just all so much to take in. There's portraits of people, and like as soon as you see them, there's something else to remember, and you kind of forget whatever it was.
Blue has ADHD.
Yes, just very much like ADHD. Like, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff to look at. There's so much stuff, and it is just
Canon now.
it's a lot. As you guys go out into the hall, Wind, as you exit, you hear the spiel from like the welcoming party. What do you do?
I think Wind just starts running towards the school.
As you do, the welcoming party says, "Wait, where's your ambassador? Wait,
I'm gone. I'm already gone.
So Rust, as you are walking down the corridor, you see ahead of you this bird person, which I don't know if you've ever seen one before, bolt out of the room and just start running down the hall.
When you say running down the hall, like, is he charging towards Blue and I?
No, this bird person is running away from you guys towards the school. Wind, make an athletics check.
All right. I think I'm pretty good at that. Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
So what if it's acrobatics?
But what if it's athletics?
Always happens.
Okay. How about a 3?
Man, this is going so
Remember, my
well.
movement speed is 45.
I know. So, Rust, as you see this bird person sprinting down the hallway, you now then see something I don't think you've definitely never seen, but you see this person trip over their feet and start to fall just a little bit, and they don't like face plant, but they kind of catch themselves in the air and are able to correct themselves. What do you do?
Can I roll an insight check to see if they pose any kind of threat?
Yeah.
That is a 14.
14 total?
Yes.
Okay.
Like just a general threat, or like
Just if you pose any threat to Blue in any regard.
As you look at it, I don't think you don't pick up that they're like gonna be threatening necessarily. Like I think what you gain, and Wind, correct me if I'm wrong, is that they're kind of excited to be at a school.
Yeah, I would say probably a little more ready to be. Not excited to be at a school, but excited to be somewhere different.
That makes sense. Yeah, so that's kind of what you can read, is that they're just kind of excited to be somewhere.
I have a question for Blue.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
Pretty tall. I'd say like 6'3", 6'4".
Okay, so I don't have
They're
to bend over to talk to you.
Tall
Okay,
and
got it.
skinty.
So I'm gonna just kind of like whisper toward you. We got some characters around here, don't we?
Blue is gonna nod because I don't think either Blue or Rust realize how much they are also probably some characters around here.
Also, just for full disclosure, so as Rust and Blue are like walking throughout the halls and whatnot, the way that I'm like envisioning this is, you got Blue walking, you got Rust literally right behind them, kind of got like
God.
with this walk that's like, don't come up to us.
I'm sorry that you have to walk behind my 20 movement speed.
I am a machine. I do not get tired.
Just realize Blue has also never seen a bird person before. And
I was about to
I just want to
ask,
roll
yeah.
to just like, I don't know, see if, I don't know, Blue clocks anything special about this person, or just what, like what they would notice about Wind.
Yeah, go ahead and roll, investigation, I guess?
I was about to say, you should make it investigation. I rolled a 12.
Okay. As you see this bird person running down the hallway, and they trip and they fall for just a second, like their pant legs get like messed up as they're like trying to like catch themselves. You see like a flash of silver, as well as just like this like dull down chrome type look. And I don't think it takes you long before you realize that their legs are not their own. Like, they're not their natural legs.
Okay. Yeah, it's like, who knows that it's rude to just, like, go for the legs immediately, but they're like, ooh, want to study them legs. You know, looking at them.
I'm sorry, I only like you for your legs.
We've all been there.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yep. We've all had that person.
Them legs go all the way up? No.
As you pick yourself up, these other people are still a little bit behind you, but the doors in front of you open. My Earth people, as you guys walk out, you hear this spiel of like, welcome, ambassadors go to the left, students go to the right, you'll be treated to a compliment, like that spiel again, and the doors open up. What do you do?
Well, the first thing I'm thinking is, when they say the meal's going to be served along the way, is it going to be like while we're walking? Is it going to be like a sort of hot chocolate moment from Fantasy Future Polar Express? Or is it going to be like, I don't know. I'm trying to process the means of the food. Second thing I'm thinking is Rose okay? Because she seems like she's been sort of quiet this whole time. And that Austin Flowers fella was kind of bothersome. So I wonder if she's okay from that.
Well, what Rose does, like, her reaction is, like, wanting to just immediately grab her things and head off towards the school, like sort of minding her own business, although I suppose she's looking around more nervously now. She's currently trying to, like, because there's going to be more people around, she's concerned about that. So you see her, gathering her things and just sort of making haste to get off the ship and head to the right and keep a very low profile. But she will be nervously sort of looking around and basically she's on the lookout for things, but, just in general, she just wants to take in her surroundings, but get to her direction as quickly as she can.
Yeah, okay. I like that. The welcoming committee kind of, ushers you guys out the door, and Ambassador Austin Flowers is just out. Just, all right, guys, so we'll see you later. And then he sees the Anoran ambassador up ahead and says, "Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up, fish? Come on, we're gonna party, right?" Yeah, groovy, and just runs to catch up, and barely misses, like, not just knocking into wind right as wind is getting up. I'd say, Rose, if you're wanting to kind of go unnoticed, do you want to give me a stealth check, possibly?
I mean, she's not like sneaking, but she's like kind of keeping a low profile. Like, she's literally, her eyes are sort of darting around to any particular noises. She's just keeping an eye out. It's almost like, she's going through dangerous territory and she's just on guard.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
So if anything, I think the most thing should be doing is perceiving things and trying to avoid them.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check then.
Okay. What? So that's a 19, I think. Wait, let me see. Yeah, 19.
Wow. Yeah, you perceive the heck out of things. As you're looking around, you instantly clock, like, okay, there's a robot with a fish person. There's a bird person that's getting up off of the ground. Okay. And then you just kind of, like, see everything that's around you. You actually notice on the walls there are portraits of people, and you see there's a portrait and then their name, and then you see, like, each of them has a little placard that says, like, head of blank. And right in front of you is one that it's this dwarvish woman. She has, like, this giant red beard. Her hair is, like, all done up inside of a cap that is, like, tucked back, and she's just beaming. She is so happy. And she is wearing this deep red shirt that has the emblem of S.T.A.R Academy, and it has these silver pads that come up off of the shoulder, and underneath it says Martha Blackhill, head of translation. As you turn right, you hear more doors start to open.
Oh boy. Oh, she's just. Oh, she wants to avoid the group of people and just wants to keep going. So, like, are the doors opening going into, like, anywhere we need to be? Does she know exactly where to go? Is there signs or something?
Yeah, no, there's like signs just pointing you like this is a long hallway that you will just like keep going right, and then you see at the end of the hallway, it opens up into this giant room where you can see tables and chairs and like a place to sit down.
Yeah, she's gonna go in there and find a place that's. I mean, I'm guessing it's like rows of seats. Is this a classroom? Or is this a.
This is like it's more like a banquet hall.
Banquet
type
hall
setup.
Okay. She wants to find a place where she doesn't see that many people. Like, I guess. It should probably unwisely take a seat that's near a table that's somewhat empty right now.
Okay. Yeah. You can see there's only a few other students in here. Right now, you see there's a group of humans kind of off towards the front. There's like a stage up at the front and a row of seats on the stage at tables. And it is just like it's ornately set up. There's like centerpieces on each table and a giant banner across the front that just says "Welcome, students." And it looks completely just like decked out, like they went to the nines for you guys. But yeah, you take a seat kind of at an empty table and just kind of try and keep a low profile.
Yep, she's just looking at the centerpiece a bit and maybe fiddling with her hands. Minding her own business. Okay. Trying not to look at anyone to get any attention. She's just sitting there.
Wonderful. Jin, the door for you opens. You hear the same welcome spiel that the rest of them have heard. And what do you do?
I take it all in, and then... Am I walking with my ambassador toward the exit, or are we immediately splitting up?
It's like immediately splitting up. But as you start to walk out the door, right before you split up, the ambassador takes your hand and just squeezes it just a little bit and says, "All right, Jin. I'll see you later, okay?"
Okay. And then after he lets go, I don't squeeze his hand back, but after he lets go, I lightly squeeze my own hand.
And as you walk out in the hall, you see a group coming down the hall. That is interesting. This human girl just kind of like passes by you just a little bit. Very obviously like kind of gunning for the exit that you see at the end of the hall. And you hear another door open. It's about 12 feet to your right. What do you do as you walk out in the hall?
I do my best to put on a demeanor of not quite caring, just casual and owning the place, minding my own business, but internally very, very nervous as I walk down the hall.
Oh, go ahead and let's say this is a performance check.
Okay, real quick.
Because you're very trying to put on a facade.
Yeah, real quick, because I've never done this. Do I roll and then add the modifier to whatever I roll?
Yes, you're gonna roll a d20 and then add the modifier.
Okay. And it's performance?
Yes.
Okay, I have a 5.
You try your best to look like you just like are owning the place, but Rust, give me an insight check. So Rust, you see ahead of you as this Genasi kind of walks out, and you're semi-familiar with Genasi. But as you see, this Genasi tries to look kind of like it. You get a look that they are nervous, um, maybe a little bit excited. But
Hey, wait, Caleb, I have a question. I'm so sorry.
yeah, I have an answer.
Can they tell that I'm a Ganassi?
I would think so.
Yeah, I feel like they each kind of look different.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. It's okay. But yeah, you see this Ganassi that looks very nervous, but also looks like they are trying to act like they know what they're doing.
I'm gonna tap Blue on the shoulder and just go, Can I go talk to them, see if they're okay?
Blue looks up at Rust, stares deep into his eyes for a moment, and then reaches up and pulls one of his eyes out, and then takes their multi-tool and, like, adjusts some things, and then pops it back in and squints at it, and then just nods.
Okay, thank you, buddy. If you need anything, I'm right over there. Just call me, beat me, if you want to reach me. And then I'm gonna go up to this water Ganassi and go, "Halt there, friend. Are you okay?"
I'm fine.
I was about to say, Jade, you see like this ginormous robot just walk up to you.
Yeah, I am noticeably startled, but say that I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Well, you see, you say that, but my scanners indicate a high level of anxiety, it seems. Are you okay? Do you need anything?
I need to be left alone.
Fair. Well, me and my companion Blue over there, we're somewhat new here too, so, if you ever want to talk to somebody, you got a friend. We can be friends.
What's your name, friend?
I am designated AU982, but most people just call me Rust.
Well, Rust, I'm Jin.
Oh, it's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too, I guess.
Molly, you see the door open and you hear the welcome spiel, and Philip is like still wiping away tears frantically, and he says, "Okay, we're splitting up now. Okay. I go to the left, you go to the right.
Philip,
hey,
Philip, take
Yeah.
a deep breath.
yeah.
Hey, it's gonna be okay. You can talk to some of the other ambassadors, see how they do things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to be nervous. But here, I think this will help you. And she hands him a cookie.
He takes the cookie and he kind of looks at it and says, this might be the most kind thing anyone's ever done. Okay. Wow. And then he, walks down the hall and he looks, a little bit more confident. And then he said, as he walks down the hall, he, stops and says, "Hi, hello, Mr. Bird Person. I assume you are an ambassador. How may I help? I'm... And he pauses and he looks away and he says, "Hello, Mr. Bird Person. You are...
Yeah?
Are you an ambassador?"
No.
Crap. And then he just starts walking down the hall, without addressing anything. And then he stops and says, "Hello, Mr. I'm sorry. I shouldn't assume. Hello, fish person. Are you an ambassador?"
Blue kind of takes him by the shoulders and just spins him around and gently shoves him in the other direction.
"I am very lost." And then he just keeps walking down the hallway, but in the right direction now. So, Molly, how do you feel as you walk out into the hall?
Well, she feels better than he does, so that kind of gave her a little confidence. She's like, it could be worse.
Seeing Philip just mess up constantly just gives confidence.
Yeah, she just gives him a thumbs up as he passes her.
Goes the right way.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You have this moment where now there's like this group passing you, walking to the right. And you see a bird person, you see a fish person, you see this human girl that just darts by you quite, not like super cool, but just like kind of walks by you like she's like got somewhere to be and she doesn't want to stop and talk, just gotta go. You see this water ganassi, and it's in the middle of talking to this giant robot is walking towards them, and you hear them kind of talk briefly for a second. And you see a fish person way in the back, an Anoran.
Well, I guess Molly is just going to start introducing herself. Who's the closest to her right now?
The closest would be Jin, the water ganassi.
Hello there.
Hi.
My name's Molly. What's your name?
I'm Jin. Can I help you with something?
No, you're a student as well?
Yes.
I just figured it's the first day and I haven't met anybody yet.
Well, now you have. The robot's pretty chatty if you want to introduce yourself to someone new.
Oh. Thanks. So she
Don't mention it.
now she's gonna go over to Rust, I guess, because she I don't think she's gonna get much more out of Jen right now.
Right?
Here's my question to you. How tall are you?
Okay. So she's like, let me see. What did I even write down for her? She's 3'2".
Okay, so Russ is 7 foot tall even. So
She's half.
I'm gonna sit down crisscross applesauce. I'm gonna hunch up and be like, "Hello, tiny friend."
Hello, big friend.
Who are you?
My name is Molly.
Oh, hello.
What's your name?
I am AU982. Well, you can call me Rust.
Very nice to meet you. Is there a reason why you're sitting down right now? Aren't we supposed to be walking to get some food?
Well, I believe that it's customary for individuals to be, eye to eye when they converse, and I didn't want to be rude.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes it's a little more rude when you sit down.
I'm
but
so
but
sorry.
thank you for trying.
You see, like, Russ is gonna start to panic because he doesn't know what to do.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We're all learning.
So, do I pick you up? Do I just...
No, definitely do not pick me up.
Do I swallow you like little baby?
You just talk to me like a normal person.
Oh. Okay, so... I'm just gonna stand back up and just, like, crane my neck down. Hello!
Hello. She's really straining her neck too, but she doesn't want to admit that it's kind of hurting.
So, I'm guessing you must be a student here.
Yep. First day.
Okay, I see you've already tried to talk to that, what's his name? Jin? Hey,
Yeah.
Your name's Jin over there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that Jin guy. Hey, buddy.
Girl.
I'm bad at this.
It's okay. Gender is very confusing.
I'm gonna turn back to Blue and just go, what did you do to my visual receptors?
Blue just gives him finger guns. Like, doing great. I mean, Rust is a robot and just came off of a planet with no gender, so I feel like that's a pretty
It's very understandable.
normal interaction.
As you guys start to hear like the door starts to open again as more students from the next round of ships start to flood the hallway. and the natural flow of things starts to like make it so you guys, it's either like get run over by students or like move towards that dinner hall space.
So that's what they meant by it. So it wasn't on the way. That was a very confusing intro to us coming aboard the station, I gotta say.
Oh, you got that right.
Also, I feel like I haven't talked in the past 45 minutes. And I just wanted to say I was closely following Rose because I can spot a loner, and I've been one of those before.
So did you like sit next to Rose?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And at the moment that Anna sits next to Rose, she's just kind of gonna have this look of like this brief moment of defeat on her face, and then just sort of be like, "Oh yeah, maybe I didn't notice. I didn't notice her sitting down." Just like sort of
I goofed, didn't
thinking
I?
about how to play it off. Oh well, yeah.
You do the thing where you sit down somewhere, but someone you don't want to sit next to, like, sits next to you, and so you get up to the buffet line and get your food, and then when you come back, you just sit somewhere else.
Well, she's thinking that staying seated right now is probably still the best move. So she's just staying seated.
Hi, your name's Rose, right?
She just nods.
Cool. Like the flower. Very fun.
Yes.
Hey, are you okay?
Like she just, hey, are you okay? And yeah, yes, I'm fine. Why do you ask?
I don't know. You just seemed kind of out of it for our trip up here.
I don't like people.
Gotcha. Nervous for first day of school or just people in general?
Just everyone.
Gotcha. Cool.
Wind walks up with a tray full of food and like places it down and sits down in front of them. Hey, you're like one of those elves, right?
Yeah, one of them.
Okay, like what? That's cool.
Yeah, are you like one of them birds?
Yeah, I'm pretty birdie.
Birdie is flirty. What? I'm gonna go get food now.
Rose would have almost been completely despaired when someone else joined her table if it wasn't for the fact that this was a bird person that she had never seen before, so she's just perplexed. And sort of looking at Wind, just sort of awkwardly not conscious of what she's doing, just staring.
Wind like looks back, is like, yeah, you all right?
She nods again.
All right. So, and then he starts shoving the food in.
So
Rose stands and sort of goes to get food, given that getting food seems like the better option than sitting there watching the mess.
This is amazing. As you guys are all kind of like getting food, who enters the hall kind of next? Because now we've got Wind, we've got Anna, we've got Rose.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like Blue, Rust, and probably Molly all kind of enter as like a clump, since they were the last people to kind of be having conversations.
Yeah. So I feel like space wise, Jin would be a little bit ahead of you guys, and then you guys would get there. Where do you guys sit? Because right now we have three cool kids all sitting in the back of the dinner hall.
I mean, if that's the only table with people in it, I feel like I just go sit at that table, you know?
So you and Rust are gonna go sit at the table with everyone else right now?
Yeah. It seems like that's the thing to do, so...
Molly will be joining them, I guess.
What's up, guys?
Hello, organics.
You guys get sloppy joes yet?
What are sloppy joes?
I don't know. That's what they just told me, that this was called like some sloppy joe or some shit, so I grabbed it.
Interesting.
It's pretty good.
Who's at the food line currently?
I am at the food line. What is here?
I think Jin would go to the food line too.
So
first.
you see these people that are manning the food line. It is like this group of like old humans that are all just kind of back there, and they're all talking to each other. And then as you move through the line, Anna and Jin, which I think, Jin, you're probably about 2 people behind. Like, there's 2 people in between you that you just, they're random NPCs. They're others. Their names are, they're... I should have planned this. You see, one is this, like wood elf that she's wearing this it's like almost like a sundress type thing, and her hair is down like a little bit above her waist. She looks up at the computer and says, "Can I get some the broccoli? Yeah, let's get that. Let's get the Oh, might as well get the chicken. I don't know. It's fun. It's the first day. I'll have plenty of time to eat all this food." As she goes, she kind of turns and she kind of like bumps into you, and says, "Oh no, I am so sorry. Oh God, oh."
Okay, so you just described there is a pretty wood elf in a sundress who is behind me.
Yes.
Panic mode. Help.
Gay panic.
So she just bumped into me.
And just started apologizing instantly. Yeah, she's like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry."
Do we both drop our trays and have a meet cute? Is that what just happened? Or
she does not drop her tray. You can make a deck save to see if you drop your tray or not.
Okay, hold on.
Let's say it's with disadvantage because gay panic.
Fine. Hold on. Let me roll my dice, which should be really fun to hear and stuff. Uh-oh. Let's see.
Oh.
That's an 8.
Okay. As you roll, as she kind of bumps into you, nothing falls off, but everything starts to slide on the tray, and like some of it gets mixed up, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to." Oh goodness. Oh.
It's okay.
No, I'm sorry. What's your name? I have to apologize.
My Anna name is Hi. Hi, my name is Anna.
Well, hi, Anna. My name is Shelly. Oh, goodness. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to I was trying to get food.
That's all good. We're all getting food here today.
I'm just kind of wincing from watching this display. That's all.
Just wincing at gay panic, as we all do. And you see this whole thing go down, and Shelly kind of looks at you, Anna, and says, okay, I'm so sorry for bumping into you. This is, and she just walks away like panic. She just like walks away and goes and sits down.
Whew. Ugh.
Jin, the person directly in front of you. So you have this human woman behind you. The person in front of you is like this giant, just tree person. Like, think Groot, but like small scale. Like, they're a little bit shorter than Rust, who you met earlier. And as they talk, they look and say, "Yes, the potatoes, the broccoli, yeah, give me that. Any vegetable you have, yeah, that'd be great." Yeah. And then they look over and say, "Oh, hey, who are you?"
Hi, I'm Jin. Who are you?
"My name is Tree."
Hi, Tree.
"Hello." And then they go and they grab their plate full of food and put it on their tray and say, "Get it? Tree has a tray. Huh, it sounds similar."
And Rose actually smiles from this.
I kind of roll my eyes like, why is everyone saying hi to me specifically today?
It's just that approachable energy.
Not trying to.
This is I'm trying to meet fellow students.
Well, I've got a gnome and a robot I would love you to meet.
That sounds great. Is there any way you could introduce me to them at some point in the distant or near future?
Well, actually, they are right at that back table over there right now.
Wow.
If you could go tell them everything you know about this place, they really are very interested.
I know very minimal things about this place, so I am afraid that I will be no help as it comes to introducing people to the S.T.A.R Academy.
What do you know, Tree?
I know that the only way to get out of this food line is to keep moving forward. And then he turns and he starts walking, and it is the slowest walk you've ever seen in your life.
Good.
And he stops and then, like, he gets, 10 steps in maybe and says, "Oh, goodness, there's a salad bar. I will thrive in this place."
I make it a point to get mostly broccoli, and as I pass the salad bar, I look Tree in the eye and bite the head off of a piece of broccoli.
He says, "Oh, I get it. This is a funny joke because a broccoli looks like a tree, and I am Tree. This is a funny joke, and I appreciate your humor."
Let's torture her.
Against her better judgment, Jin really likes this tree and follows it to sit down.
Tree kind of looks past and says, "Hello, human.
Hello, Tree.
What is your name?"
My name is Rose.
"Hello, Rose. Your name's also a plant. Maybe we can become friends due to the fact that our names have a similar ancestry."
Perhaps.
Wonderful.
And then she says, "And I like trees."
Aw, trees like you too, Rose. And then he slowly walks back towards the back table. And he sits not at the table where everyone's at, but the one next to it, and says, "Time to eat the food." And now students start pouring in, and the food line gets, flooded. Quick question. Rust, do you need to eat food?
I'm a robot.
So
I'm
no?
pretty sure that's self-explanatory.
Okay, I mean, fair, but...
No taste sensors installed.
I was just
He
curious.
has, a mobile charger that he can, get energy while others are eating. I don't know.
Blue just starts cranking a generator, okay, give me a second.
I will say that when Rose gets to all the food, she's literally piling bits of everything. She's getting more food than seems to be reasonable on her plate before heading back to the table.
That's wonderful.
I feel like Blue slips over to the food line, seeing, oh boy, there's about to be a huge line. I'm gonna just slip in there before the rush.
Yeah. I think as you slip in, there's this shorter, not super short, but the shorter human-looking person that's behind you now, and they look over and say, "So you're a fish person, right?
Blue nods,
You don't talk much?"
shakes their head.
Yeah, that makes sense. See, I get told that I talk too much because, you see, my mom, she sent me here because she needed to get me out of the house. And you see, the academy back on my planet, they just take a lot of people. But I got chosen. I applied. I got chosen. I was pretty happy about it. And then see what happened was that and he just talks the entire time. that you go through the line.
Oh,
He
boy.
spills his whole life story, never tells you his name once, though.
That's wonderful. So when Blue gets to like the place where they're serving food, they like kind of make the little wavy swimmy motion with their hands at the cafeteria worker to see just to see if the worker understands.
The worker behind the counter, she's like her late 80s, maybe, says, "Do you want fish?"
Yeah, they nod.
Okay, the fish is about 3 stations down. We have a whole, we've got everything you need: fish, rice, whatever you want. It's down there.
Nice. They go down to the fish station and
And see, my mom really just wanted me to get out, and she figured they're sending me to S.T.A.R Academy, join the Union Front, see what's out there. You can interject anytime you want to if you want me to stop talking. And just keeps going. But yeah, you fill up on fish, and you've got pretty much everything you need. There's water and juice and even like some sodas at the end. Like, this is a cool school. They got sodas in the lunch line. You're able to pile up, and this guy just does not stop talking the entire time. And when you get to the end, he looks over and he says, "Okay, I'm gonna go sit with my friends. By the way, my name is Colin, and you can call on me anytime you need." See what I did there? It's a pun based off my name.
Blue smiles. See big old rows of like tiny pointy teeth.
That is terrifying, and I wish I didn't see it. And then he walks over to his friends. Who else is going up to the food line?
Molly still needs to get some food.
Yes.
Is
Molly
there a cereal bar?
There is definitely a cereal bar.
Oh, she's going to the cereal bar.
This is a cool school.
This is the cool school. They have a cereal bar. They have, like, not just, like, a cereal bar that has, like, 3 types of cereals. They have, like, 10 different types of cereal to choose from. They've got the chocolate cereal. They've got the frosted shredded mini wheats. They've got the plain mini wheats. They've got the Honey Nut Cheerios. They've got Lucky Charms, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
She's gonna go
Not
for.
many alien.
She's gonna go for the one with like the most granola.
There
there's
is
not
just
many
like
alien
honey
brands.
bunches of oats, but just the granola one, like the just
Yes.
bunches. They definitely have that, and as you kind of pile up, you like, get a bowl of it. Do you get anything else other than cereal?
No.
Oh, Molly's my type of person. You get a bowl of cereal. Is it like a big bowl, or is it still just like a regular sized bowl? Or I guess a regular sized bowl would be big to
It's a regular
Molly.
size bowl, yeah.
As you get your regular sized bowl, a few people kind of look at you kind of funny, and then this like little like frog person that's not much taller than you. They're like you're 3'2", they're like 3'6", so they're like taller than you, but not huge, And they come up and just say, "Yeah, can you explain to me? You seem to be a little bit old to be starting school, Sorry if that's offensive. I'm just a little bit confused. I wanted some.
How old are you?
Well, you see, I'm only 83, so pretty young, Still got them in the prime time of my life. Got a lot to live up to.
Okay, well, it's never too late to learn anything.
You know what? I appreciate that, and I really like that. Can I ask you your name, ma'am?
My name is Molly.
Molly, it is wonderful to meet you. My name is Dan. I apologize if that was rude to ask about your age and stuff, but that was I just had to know. I'm an inquisitive person.
Yeah, that'll serve you well in school, but maybe in the future you start off with, what is your name, and I don't know, what do kids ask each other? What's your major?
Well, what is your major? Do you know yet?
I have a history in scribing, so I was thinking of using my talents for language.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm hoping to be a pilot, but we'll see how that happens. We never know. And he reaches out and kind of like awkwardly shakes your hand and says, "I'm gonna keep an eye out on you. You know, Molly, to you. I get this."
Okay, thank you, Dan.
Right?
That's a limp handshake.
Hey, that. Okay, you didn't need to comment on my handshake right in front of me. But this is fine. I understand.
I love Dan the Frogman.
All right, Dan. I'll see you around.
Okay, you have a great day. And then he walks off and he goes and sits down at this little table where he actually goes and sits down with he goes and sits down next to the tree person and just says hello, and the tree person says hello. The students kind of start to sit. Everyone's eating, everyone's talking. It becomes like extremely loud, and then you hear a slight bell ring. You see this like bong as these 7 people get up on the stage, and they each have their own like tray of food, and they sit down. Rose, you recognize one of these people instantly from the portraits in the hall before. You recognize Martha Blackhill, the head of translation, who she looks a little bit older than she did in her portrait, but she has a little bit more gray in her otherwise like ginger beard as it comes out, and they're all dressed to the nines. There's this human man stands up, and he's got like salt and pepper hair that is mostly black. He's got a small beard that is like well kept and well trimmed. And he's wearing a golden suit that has these silver things coming off the shoulders that kind of come to a point. And he says, "Welcome everybody to S.T.A.R Academy." And the students start to clap. You hear a few people cheer. Yeah, just claps.
She's just stuffing her face still, but like in a more delicate manner than wind.
Watching Blue eat is a nightmare.
He gestures to his left and right and says, "Myself and the 6 people around me are the 7 heads of the 7 departments of the academy. You guys will become familiar with us. We're here if you need anything, and even if we're not the head of your specific department, you can feel free to come and talk to us." And he gestures out to his left and says, "You see to my far left, Cassius Dupree, and you see this giant, like, looks like ferocious and could kill you bugbear stand up at the end and wave." And he says, "I would like to say hello to all of the people out there. I'm the head of the piloting department, and if you need anything, feel free to come to me." And then he takes his seat again to my right, but not as far right as Cassius, is Crash and Burn. And this goblin stands up, and he like jumps up on the table and says, "Right, my name is Crash. I'm the head of the mechanics department. If you need anything, if you have something wrong with you that you want to just fix up with some robot part, I'm right here, okay? Look at me. I'm right here if you need anything, okay? Right? There's no reaction. This is way too formal for me. I can't do this." And he just sits back down in his chair. Immediately to my right, you can see him pretty easily. This is Jorg. And this Goliath stands up. Rust, you feel almost intimidated because this man is like well over 8 feet tall. And he says, "Right, yeah, my name is Jog, specifically. You can call me Jog if you want to. You can call me Jog. Either way, I'll answer. I'm the head of the medics department. So if you get hurt, you'll be coming to see me. So hopefully you don't have to see me, but if you do, I understand. Accidents happen. Also, just to be completely clear, if you decide that while on this campus you want to do dangerous things, my office is a judgment-free zone. You can come see me, and I will help you in any way I can. And he sits back down, and he stands up. He says, "Sorry, I need to clarify. That does mean I can supply contraceptives if you need it. Judgment-free zone, 100%. Don't care. Won't ask questions.
Rose kind of chokes on the food a little. Are we still eating during this?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, she chokes on the food just a little while, and then resumes without much pause.
Right, I'm going to... Okay, I'm being told to sit down now. And he sits down. And then, yes, to my far left over here, we have Daryl. And this gnome stands up. And Molly, you recognize him. He's actually from Gnome Home. And you recognize he was a old leading scientist way back in the day. You read about him in the Gnome Home newspaper, stuff like that. Because I imagine gnomes still use newspaper.
Oh, for sure.
And he says, right, my name is Daryl Albertson. I am the head of the botany department. I mean, if any of you are plant people, which there are a few, I see you back there, Mr. Tree Person. Yes, that's me. And Daryl says, then, maybe you can see me. You can also go see the medic. He's great. But I am also here to help you. Or if you just need to take botany class, and he sits down. And then he says, right, and to the right of Mr. Daryl Albertson, we have Joy Simons. And this halfling woman stands up and just says, right, I'm in charge of weapons, so all of you will be taking some classes with me at least. And I'm going to teach you how to murder people efficiently.
I'm just going to look over at Blue and I'm just going to whisper, what if I already know how to do that?
Right. So that's pretty much my whole job description, right? Okay, yeah, I'm good. And she sits down. And then, last but not least, Charles says, and directly to my left, we have the one and only Martha Blackhill. Go and stand on up. And this dwarvish woman stands up and says, right, so my name is Martha Blackhill. I am in charge of the translation department. If you do not know, I can speak over 130 languages. So if you need to talk to someone and you just feel like talking in your home language may make you feel a little bit better, come on and talk to me. I'm here. Part of translation is I'm also trained to help people feel a little bit better. Charles steps forward and says, right, so all of you are here to complete the S.T.A.R Academy course. It'll take a while, but I believe in every last single one of you. And another, brief round of applause happens from the audience. He says, so, I know what you're wondering. What's going to happen after we eat? Well, it's real simple. We're going to go through our first test. A test on the first day of school. I know, sounds cruel. Sounds extremely cruel. But we got to know how to place you. And he says, I hope you like the people you're sitting with, because that's who you're going to be taking the test with. And as you guys look around, you realize that the 7 of you are now pretty much stuck together.
I'd rather have the tree.
Yeah, Rose feels mild regret that she was deterred by the person who sat next to the tree, because she was going to sit next to the tree.
Oh.
Russ is going to look at everyone and says, I look forward to working with you, other organics.
Yeah, sure.
Huh? What? Wynn has a whole corn cob stuck down it.
Oh, God.
Oh. Yeah.
Charles Lemartier looks and says, now, your luggage will be taken to your rooms. The people you're sitting with, you're also going to live in the same hall with. Each of you will be given your own separate room in the hall, though. Make sense?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Sounds good. Now, everybody take some time to eat. We're going to take our time, too. And after this, we're going to get to our first test. But one more time, welcome each and every single one of you to the Space Travel and Regulation Academy. And the camera kind of pans up as we see this whole hall of students just eating, and everything seems almost ideal. The 7 heads of each department are sitting perfectly in a row, all of them eating. And we pan out and we see the Union Station in all of its glory, reflecting light off of the geodesic dome that keeps air inside of it and provides a false sense of gravity so everyone is able to walk just fine. And we see it radiate light out into the void of space. And in the very distance, we see one star go out.
Hey guys, this is Drew from Nat Wonderful. Thank you so much for listening to episode 1. In the early stages of a podcast, we are so thankful for any kind of listenership to get this thing we are passionate about off the ground. If you enjoy what you listened to today, feel free to let us know at Nat Wonderful on Twitter and across our various socials of the same name, and tell your friends if you think they would enjoy it as well. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and expect new episodes to be uploaded every Wednesday. Bye!